It is our great privilege to welcome you to our online Father's Day Remembrance service. This online service is an opportunity to come together and share our reflections as we honour and celebrate the lasting legacy of the special men that have shaped our lives.
Hello, my name's Jane Grover and I'm the Chief Executive Officer at the Southern Metropolitan Cemeteries Trust. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to our online Father's Day service. On behalf of SMCT, I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land in which we are gathered today, particularly the Bunurong and Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, who are the traditional custodians of the land in which our sites and much of our community is located. I would also like to pay respects to our elders, past and present. I want to extend a special warm welcome back to our community members who have previously attended our Remembrance services. A warm welcome to first-time attendees of this event. It is so lovely to have you join us in this service. In this event, we honour the lasting legacy of our beloved fathers and father figures. I hope that we can use this time to share and reflect on our heartfelt stories of our loved ones. Paying tribute to the loved ones we have lost can play an important role in the healing process. It is a chance to support each other as a community while celebrating the significant meaning and impact these very special people have had in our lives. This service is an opportunity to honour and celebrate the legacy of our fathers, grandfathers, uncles, and other father figures. This year we are focusing on lasting legacy, the cherished moments, memorial dad jokes, collections of unforgettable stories, and lessons that our fathers have left us. We are honoured to welcome the Fathering Project to our service. Today we are joined by former AFL player and coach of more than 4 decades, Rodney Eade. On behalf of our special reflection partner, the Fathering Project, the Fathering Project is a charity organisation working to empower fathers to be the best they can be for their children, and I look forward to hearing Rodney's reflection, both as a father and as a father figure, through his career on the legacy of fathers. This Father's Day, it is my privilege to also celebrate the legacy of my own father, a legacy of wisdom, strength and love that continues to guide me. My father, John William Lucas. Like Rodney Eade, I grew up in Tasmania. My father had many hats. He taught me to play tennis, play cricket, kick a footy. He actually even tried to make him support his beloved Mighty Blues. I broke his heart when I actually chose my own team and went for the Mighty Bombers. He shared with me his love of cooking. He was both a mentor, a steward, a coach, and he was the best dad he could be. His legacy and his handprint has shaped my life. Dad, thank you, and you're forever in my heart. The people we love are a large part of our identity. They shape us and leave their mark in very meaningful ways. Through remembrance, we can continue to keep the memory of our fathers in our hearts and honour their lasting legacy. Helen Keller once said, "What we have once enjoyed, we can never lose. All that we deeply love becomes a part of us." Losing a father figure is a life-changing experience. We all have processed emotions differently and cope in quite unique ways. Although our lives we forever changed, the treasured moments will always bring us healing joy. This online service is a safe and supportive space for us to gather and pay tribute to our beloved fathers. Here we can take the much needed time to reflect and share the ways our loved ones have shaped our lives. We understand the importance of giving our community the opportunity and the space to do this, particularly now during a time in which being physically present together is often a challenge. This event is about you and about your loved ones. we have a collection of images and messages from many of you to show which during this event, which capture all the love we each bring today. We will be presenting these later in the service, and during that time we invite you to share any other messages, stories and memories of your father's legacy in the comment section. It is now my great pleasure to invite Veronica Lees-Amato to share her reflections and join us in honouring the legacy of our fathers and father figures. Thank you to each of you and to all of you who have helped make this service possible.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the annual Southern Metropolitan Cemeteries Trust Father's Day Remembrance Service for 2021. My name is Veronica and I am honoured to have been invited to host this service and offer a huge, heartfelt Happy Father's Day to the fathers present in our lives and the fathers that will always be present in our hearts. Although we are sharing this event with you virtually this year, we hope you feel connected and part of the community that has always and will always be here to guide you, support you and remind you that you are never alone in your journey after the loss of a loved one. During our virtual event, please connect with others who are watching by sharing a personal message, a favourite memory, a quote, a story, or maybe advice that your dad had given you. Or just tell us why your father was so special in the world. We highlight the importance and significance of fathers in our lives, and we embrace their wisdom, their presence, and the legacy of love that they have left behind. We acknowledge all fathers in all shapes and sizes, from all cultures and countries from around the world. And we remember our role models, our protectors, our guardians, our best mates, our first superheroes, and for many, the first man we ever loved. Now, according to the Oxford Dictionary, a father is the male parent of a child. And I like this definition because it acknowledges the important responsibility of a parent, but also that being a father is not just a biological connection. Adoptive fathers, stepfathers, father-in-laws, godfathers, foster fathers, grandfathers, and all important father figures are doing an amazing job in one of the most important roles of a child's life, being a dad. Every father is different and every father is special. Every father leaves their very own unique legacy in the world while passing down their own individual brand of wisdom, encouragement, advice, knowledge, and experience to their children and the future generations. Being a father is not an easy job, and like all parents, fathers do the best that they can to protect you, influence you, inspire you, guide you, and challenge you. However, fathers are humans too, and sometimes they can even disappoint you. However, a father's love is unmistakable, and that is the legacy every father hopes to leave behind for their children. A memory and an experience of being unconditionally loved, beyond words and beyond death. As you remember your father, what do you remember most about your dad? Was he the disciplinarian of your home who would lay down the rules and enforce them? Or was he the good cop, the parent that you could always go to when mum would not give in, and the one who always said yes to whatever you wanted? Was your dad the protector, your rock, a safe place to hide from the world when no one could get to you? Or was he your soft place to fall when you just needed to know everything was okay? Was your dad your biggest fan, your cheerleader in the world? Did he encourage you to do your best no matter what? And he was always there with the advice you needed to hear, even if it wasn't always the advice you wanted to hear. Was your dad fun, the life of the party, the person that made everyone feel welcome? And was he the heart of the family that kept everyone together and connected? Was your dad dedicated, committed, opinionated, hardworking, loyal, traditional, intelligent, deep thinking, independent, wise, easygoing, never judging? Was he just always there? Was your dad your best mate, always up for a chat, and most importantly, always there to listen? This service, we embrace the legacy of love that our fathers have left behind for us. We say thank you to the men who are responsible for us being in the world, the men who helped shape the world that we live in, the men who influence the people that we are, and the men that we are lucky enough to call our fathers. I would now like to light our traditional Father's Day Remembrance candle in honour of all of our fathers and father figures, and we invite you to do the same at home as we take a moment to remember and honour our dads.
There is great significance and power in lighting a candle in memory of a loved one. A lit candle is a symbol of the eternal flame of love we hold in our hearts and the guiding light that our cherished fathers continue to be for us each day. It's symbolic of the light of joy our fathers brought into our life, their warmth, and the beauty of the moments we shared. Today we gather in a different way, each in our own homes, and yet together, in this shared moment of reflection, we invite each of you to join us by lighting your own candle in memory of your father or special father figure. May this small gesture be a gentle reminder of the love we have for our fathers and that their love continues to burn brightly in our hearts. Let's all now light a candle in honor of our loved ones. We would now like to share a poem with you as we remember and reflect together. A Father's Legacy by Cynthia Buan Baelo. My father's words are my legacy. He gave the pen of ardent writing, the love for books and careful study, and wealth of knowledge gained by reading. The gift of painting self-portraits in oil and watercolor mediums. As artist, he had various traits that linger now like sweet perfume. He taught me best the gift of laughter, sincerity and friendships made. In conflict, silence is much greater, and cursing he always forbade. Strive to gain sound education, value work and your family. Respect the race of any nation, live well your life with integrity. He never schooled at parenting, and he may not be a perfect one. Through all mistakes and human failings, he lived this life an honest man. He passed the torch and made life rich by leaving me with all these lessons. Though in my heart I suffer grief, his love and memory will live on.
Hello, and thank you for allowing me to share this very special online Father's Day memorial event with you. My name is Rodney Eade, and I'm here speaking on behalf of the Fathering Project, a charity organisation working to empower, equip and encourage fathers to be the best they can be for their children. Some of you might know me from my AFL days. I spent more than 4 decades playing and coaching football, and as anyone who has been involved in sport would know, you don't play alone. You are always part of a team. You can be both player and mentor, learner and teacher. You guide, you teach, you encourage, and sometimes you are privileged to be perceived as a father figure in the lives of others. We're sharing and reflecting on the role of fathers and father figures and their lasting legacies. Fathers are a powerful force in our lives, no matter how old we are, but especially when we are young. Meaningful time spent together can have such a positive impact and resonate throughout our lives. Father figures can also be important, arriving in our lives through sport, cultural pursuits, family members or neighbours. We can all play that role and honour that opportunity when it comes to us. That's certainly one of the many blessings I took from my time in the AFL. I had a chance to play an important role in the growth and development of young people, to set them on a path with a little guidance. Life skills, not just ball skills. My own dad passed nearly 15 years ago now, and I feel very fortunate to have had the father I had. Growing up, just enjoying doing things, everyday things, with him and my brother. He was very heavily into sports, and as kids we would go along too. It wasn't just him doing it, we could be involved as well. And there is no doubt that his sporting passions fueled my own interest in football. There's two main reflections that I have about my father and my own upbringing. One was involved with sports, whether Dad was captain or coach of a cricket team or football team, always under pressure a little bit, but he still involved my brother and myself, whether we're 7 years of age, whether we're 15 years of age. It'd always take us along, we'd always feel part of it. That legacy is everlasting for me and still sticks in my mind. The other one really was this, which can be quite humorous at times, I suppose humorous for family, is he loved functions as far as family functions, family get-togethers, whether it's Christmas, whether it's birthdays. It was always life of the party. Had little jokes, had little sayings, make people laugh, and he just loved the family, loved the grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And my boys today, his grandchildren obviously, his grandsons, obviously still say if we ever gather together, cheers to Brian. Cheers, and one of his favourite sayings was, up Pop, down Dad. And my boys today still say that and still get a really great big laugh out of it. So these two things are really everlasting legacies and everlasting memories that I have. We didn't have a lot of money growing up, but we always found ways to create special memories together. Spending time at a friend's house, celebrating family occasions. It wasn't big and brassy, but it was always full of laughter. My dad made me feel safe. He had his passions and brought us along with him. He and my mum educated us about life. That was their role as parents, to guide and prepare their children for life. To encourage their ambitions and goals. Sometimes there is tough love, and the answer has to be a no. There are boundaries. A parent's job is to mentor and coach their kids to make good decisions. This is what we take from our own fathers. This is the gift they give us and carry on in our own lives. We remember the positive experiences, their loud laughter at a family gathering, the little habits like reassuring nod that made us feel safe and acknowledged. We learn from their mistakes. Sometimes we need to learn them again, from a coach, an uncle, or a friend, another role model or father figure in our lives, as we didn't listen to our fathers or understand it when our dads first shared that lesson with us. As a father myself, I often wish I'd had a coach on being a father, some training, I suppose professional development, a course. Fatherhood is about learning on the job, sharing the stories and lessons learned, the good times and the important experiences. That's why I love working with the Fathering Project now. We are supporting, connecting and helping more than 290,000 fathers and father figures to make that difference directly in more than 300,000 children's lives, and this is growing every day. That makes me a proud father, father figure and fathering coach. When we find ways to come together like today to connect and share these memories and reflections, we can learn that every dad, every father figure, every significant role model in our lives brought something unique. And we honour and celebrate that gift, that wisdom, that legacy together.
Now, in the warm glow of all our candles, we pause to share photos of our fathers and father figures and reflect on the messages of love and remembrance that were so generously shared by you.
Thank you once again to everyone who has joined us for this online remembrance service to honour and celebrate the dads, fathers and father figures in our lives. As always, I would like to acknowledge the amazing and talented technical and creative team at the Southern Metropolitan Cemeteries Trust, who have ensured that we could spend this important time together as we do each and every year. Thank you to our CEO Jane Grover and our guest speaker Rodney Eade, and our event partner, the Fathering Project. And to all the dads who are watching with us now, thank you for all you do, for all you are, and for all you teach us to be. Happy Father's Day.
Moments like this one can bring up memories of grief. Please know that you're not alone and there are many resources available to our community. We encourage you to visit smct.org.au for a list of bereavement counselling, support organisations and online wellness videos. On behalf of Southern Metropolitan Cemeteries Trust, we would like to thank you for attending our special Father's Day Remembrance service and hope to see you at our next event. Our warmest wishes this Father's Day from our family to yours.